Yo, what's good? You're in the HallWay sessions with Giselle Hall and
NFL __Tay.
Alright. If you came for laughs, growth, relatability, or to just lock in and grow with me, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Welcome to the HallWay sessions. Alright. So we got NFL Tay in the building right here, man.
Yo.
Alright, so what's your daily life looking like, man?
My daily life consists of multiple things. I would say it's always busy for surely. It's downtime, but if you want me to give you like specific examples, if I'm not helping a client form their business or fix their personal credit or get business credit, anything to do with their finances, then I'm probably DoorDashing, getting some supplemental income so then I can start running ads, marketing, do more stuff for my business, things like that. And other than that, I'm a family man. It just be me and my girl, doing what we gotta do.
That's cool, man. Alright. So I know we said I was gonna do a little icebreaker. I asked you a question before, but you ever played Who's Most Likely To?
Yeah, I'll
okay. Alright. So I'm gonna ask you a question. I guess you could ask me a question. You do that about 3 times, pretty much.
Okay.
Alright. So who's most likely to support you in your grind?
My girl. My family. I'll say my peoples. That takes my girl, my family, my friend. They always been there since day one.
What's up?
Okay. For you, I'll say who's most likely to, because I like how you said support me. Who would you say is most likely to give you the best advice?
Best advice? That's a good question. Well, I do have a lot of brothers, but I say, I'll probably say my second oldest brother, Josh.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Josh, for sure. All right. And what is your favorite hobby?
It gotta be basketball and helping people. I mean, even when I'm on the court, I'm helping my teammates, so it gotta be those two put together. Yeah, I gotta say sports and helping people.
All right, so who's most likely to win in basketball?
Me. You crazy? What? Me.
Okay.
It's Mando.
That's an unbiased answer, right?
Yeah, that's an unbiased answer. That's factual based.
You vouch for him?
Yeah, most definitely me. Probably got a few siblings that's behind me, but other than that, it's like me, then them. You know what I'm saying? David Ruffin, The Temptations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You already know how that go.
Might come here to see Otis.
Ain't nobody coming to see them. Hell no.
Okay.
I'll say, who is the most likely? Who is the most likely to get wealthiest, the fastest? Because I know y'all all smart. So who would you say is most likely to get wealthiest the fastest?
Alright, that's a great question. I would say it's out of me and my sister Jaquila for sure.
Okay.
I say us two for sure.
She got that. She got her FINRA license, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Those definitely out of y'all two.
She got all that too. Where she also help with finance and everything. I know that's something you do as well. So
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, shit. Yeah, that is true. I mean, shit, we can relate on that. And then you been, and since we was in middle school, you've been always doing something. First it was band. I remember that. And do you even still play the instruments or anything like?
Here and there.
Yeah. But I remember first it was band, and really it was that as far as I can remember growing up. Band, volleyball too, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, band and volleyball. So yeah,
Okay,
he was always active. For sure. So, okay. Yeah, you and your sister.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Alright. Last question. Who is most likely to have the most kids out of you and your siblings?
Shit, if we being real, probably my second oldest brother. He already gave me my nephew, so knowing him, he probably going to continue that. He said he wanted a football team. I'm like, shit, that's a lot. But
my parents got a football team now. Yeah, look. I tell you right now, I don't know how they did it.
Shit. It's kind of like as soon as that postpartum was done, they said, "Yup, another round, come on."
They said, forget postpartum.
Oh shit! And baby was dropped and they was back to it, huh? Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Shit. Man. Yeah. Answer your question though, I think it's gonna be my second oldest brother.
Okay.
For you, I say, who is? Okay, this would be a fun one. Who is the most likely to get arrested first?
Out of siblings.
Out of you and your siblings, yeah. Damn, that's a lot of y'all, so shit.
Well, none of us have never been arrested, but let me see. I would say before my brother became a cop, it would be him, but he's a cop now, so cross him off the list.
Okay.
Dang, that's crazy. I don't even know. Probably. I'll just say Jaquez. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's I think me and my brother was just talking about him not too long ago. Cause I was telling him I'm meeting up with you today. He was like, I used to go to school with his brother. He's like, I know Giselle. I was like, oh, shit, yeah, I know you remember them.
Are you mine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's also who I think gonna have the most kids. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I think that nigga gonna have that football team.
The football team?
Hell yeah.
All right, for sure. So that's the icebreaker. So, how long have you been doing the finances and everything? Cause you do credit building.
Credit, okay. Finances, I would say in business. I actually been in business to where it's like LLC, EIN behind it for 2 years. I've been messing with the finances, studying this and doing all that for about since I was 17. I'm 24 now. So those past 7 years, I've just been studying and getting my education up. I officially incorporated in 2024, and then, I've just been rocking ever since.
Man, congrats.
Appreciate it. No,
So you official?
I'm official, yeah.
Okay. What's your business name?
Depends on what business you're talking about, because I own 3 now.
Okay, hey. Go ahead and flex real quick.
Not just, you feel me, just letting you know. All right, so my financial business, which is my credit repair business, formation and all of that, that'd be Davis Business Consulting LLC. Then I have another business. This is my family business. We do party events, marquee letters, party event rental, shit like that. That's Davis Enterprises LLC. And then my last one, which is with my business partner Quincy, we got a garage out here. We wrap cars, fix cars, so any insurance accidents, all that, could bring that to us. We wrap the car and we do body work. That is called Double R Motorsports LLC.
Okay. So you wrap cars too?
I notched that one. I help with the legal and somewhat of the marketing and promo. Other than that, though, as far as who's going to actually wrap your car, my business partner.
Okay. You don't get your hands dirty.
I don't get my hands dirty. I dabble with the finances, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you on the business end.
Yeah.
Okay. You really in the field.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And let me see. So, high school. Let's go back to high school, right?
Okay.
Did you come up with these ideas going through COVID, or was it how did that come about?
Really, I came up with these ideas because it came at different times. So the financial idea, I got that and came up with that when I officially felt like I mastered credit. So I would say that was after I helped my mama, myself, and my nana all get to a 700 credit score. Once I did that, keeping in mind, I didn't really have any negatives on my report, but my mama and my nana, they had negatives, and derogatory items is what they call it. That'd be collections, charge-offs, late payments, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. To get that removed, if you ever done it yourself or try to do it yourself, a lot of people get confused because it's a lot of legal jargon that comes with it. It's the FDCPA, which is the Fair Debt Collections Practice Act. That's the law and regulations that creditors got to use and collection agencies when they try to actually come collect the debt. It's certain rules and regulations that they have to follow. If they don't, and they try to come collect your debt in a illegal way, you could then get that debt removed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I focus on. So with that, I came up with that about, I'll say after I figured out how to remove my nana and my mama's and my own credit, I felt comfortable enough. Did a couple of more pro bono profiles after that, helped them, and then after that I was like, all right, I got it down. I got my system. So to answer your question, I came up with that, when I was in Reno during COVID, 2021, 2022-ish, around there. The party letters, that's the family business. I didn't really come up with that, but we had already been talking about making a family business, and we didn't really have too much to our name besides a paid-off truck and some marquee letters. So we just had to go with what we had, and we formed a business from that. And then as far as the rapping, I had a business partner before, my business partner Quincy now, named Roger, and he ended up doing some BS. I ain't gonna really get too much into that, but he ended up doing some BS, and it pushed us back. So I ended up separating my ties with him, and then just getting with my partner Quincy, who Roger had taught how to rap cars and stuff like that, and we ended up doing better business than me and Roger had did. So that idea we came up with, that idea I had already had a stake in, you know what I'm saying, like a year and a half prior to us forming Double R Motorsports. So I already had experience with that. I just basically changed the legal entity that it was under.
Okay, man. You got a business mindset, business brand, man.
I have to.
Hey, man. Keep going.
All right, man. Shit, I can tell you the whole story. Well, fuck it, we on the podcast. I'll let you know. So, we had a business before. This business is still active, too. He just owns it now 100%. I'm not owner no more, Roger. We had a business called, what was that? Let me remember. Liquid Auto Wraps. You can go search it up on Open Corporate. That's how you search up businesses and shit like that. Go to Open Corporate. You can go search it up. Liquid Auto Wraps, PC. That was the initial auto wrapping business that I got into. And with that one, we didn't do body work. All we did was straight wrap cars, you know? So I think I got with him sometime in 2024 as a business partner. And by 2025, the business was dissolved after that. Yeah, this man was not a good business partner at all. I had what they call a sunk cost fallacy. So after I seen that I put some money in it and it wasn't gonna go nowhere, I just kept putting money in it, hoping that it would go somewhere. But eventually, it just ended up going down the drain, and I ended up in debt. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, I worked with that, so I know how to get it removed. But just imagine if I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if I didn't. So to get you some details, what happened is I signed on 50% because his credit was bad, my credit was good. And I signed on to basically help with funding, business operations, help everything move faster. And I did my part. The business got messed up when it came time to repay back everything that I had initially invested in. His communication first, he would act like he don't see my texts, or don't see my calls, and then when he did call back, it was, oh, my bad, bro. I was doing such and such. I was doing such and such. Then it started to be that as a pattern. So then I started to say, okay, you can't always be like, my bad. You know what I'm saying? At some point, it's intentional. Like nigga, you don't want me to recoup my money. So I had seen that, and I ain't gonna lie, this is on me. I kept putting money in it. As I said, I had a sunk cost fallacy. I shouldn't have done that. So I could accept fault for that. But him not paying it back though, that's fucked up. You're not supposed to do that to your business partner, especially somebody that you say helped you. I helped him get into a new. Man, I'm glad that you asked. So let's talk. When we first got and became business partner, he had a small ass shop in Hendo. Small, so small he was sleeping on the couch in there. Not to bash him, but he told me like when he first came out, he was sleeping on the couch. He didn't have nothing to his name. This is really why I'm not mad, but it's like, damn, bro, I really did help you and you did this bullshit. So when we first came and became partners, and we met through Quincy, this is how me and Quincy eventually became business partners, through my homie, my homie TJ was talking to Quincy. Quincy told my homie TJ about his business partner, Roger, or the dude that he was learning to rap, because they weren't in business technically, Roger. And that's when I then met Roger, and he was like, hey, you the type of dude I'm looking for. I need somebody to help me with my credit and shit like that. So then I did that. I helped him with his credit after I met him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't just jump head first. That's dumb. Yeah, I met him. I met him. We had somewhat of a filling out process, and he didn't give me no red flags in the beginning. So I signed on 50%, and it was, I'll say, first 3 months, it was going good. He's still in that small shop, but we eventually got him out of there and got him into a shop on the east, right there on, I can't remember the exact cross streets, but you can go search it up. Literally, it's on the map. Liquid Auto Wrap. It'll take you straight there. We ended up getting into a bigger garage, though, overall. And then, this is around the time where he's supposed to start paying stuff back so then we could keep the operations going. And if you're wondering, like, well, after you already moved them over to the new garage, what we still need you around for? Paint, cash flow. He didn't really have too much of a business acumen. He just had the business. You know what I'm saying? The physical skill and the business. He didn't have business acumen. That's what I came in for.
You had the brains.
I had the brains. You know what I'm saying? He had the skills. I had the brains. So, we in this new garage. Operations are going how they going. I'm not really getting paid back, but I'm patient. So it's a sunk cost fallacy as well. So I'm still putting money hoping that I get something back. Eventually I never did get nothing back, right? But I ended up removing myself from the business. I couldn't be owner no more. I was at 50% stake owner. I'm not getting paid. I'm actually putting more money into the business than I ever did get out of it. Then it's like, who's gonna stay in that? So I didn't stay in that deal. I got out of there, and we stopped being cool. Fast forward, me and Quincy then made Double R Motorsports, and he still had ownership of the garage at that point because he was the one whose name was actually on the lease. He's paying the rent. He was doing all that, and me and Quincy, we got on. We got into 2 different garages since we left him. That first garage, we were doing good. I didn't make the same mistakes, so I didn't start funding it like how I did the other one immediately. I just helped us with the legal, the compliance, and all of that. But turns out, after, I'll say about 2 months, Quincy and the dude who we were renting the garage from got into it. They weren't cool no more. So then we had to leave that garage and go into the garage that we're in now. We've been there. The dude who owns that garage, he's pretty cool, pretty solid. So I think we'll be there for a good time. I don't know if it's going to be a long time, but it's been a good time so far. But after we got into this garage, I don't really check up on my old business partner, Roger, but people still come and tell me stuff about him because we were once associated with each other. I recently just heard not too long ago, and this is a karmic lesson for y'all out there that's listening, he don't even own that garage no more. And I heard he got liens on his accounts. He can't open nothing in his name. So I say all that to say, you can't do somebody that's doing you good bad and think that you're just going to have good. It's not going to work like that. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? He has children. I can't speak on his children. I never do that. But he has a daughter that's recently was just born. And I'm not the only one. Come to find out, I'm not the only one he ever did bad business with. It's a lot of people he did bad business with. It's somebody on Instagram. You could go, her name is Shauna. She actually got a good following, Shauna P Baby or something like that. Did bad business with her. Quincy, he did bad business with him. He had Quincy sometimes paying for paint just so he could keep teaching him how to rap cars. Horrible business. Horrible business. Yeah, he had a couple of homies from Tennessee. They never were even on the business. I don't know what they were around for. They were just always around. It's like he was subsidizing their life. Horrible business partner, to be honest. But I don't want to make this whole podcast about him. That whole little spiel I just said, though, was why I never get in business with him or just blindly get in business ever again. So that's a couple of gems on business acumen as well. It's more than just money, y'all. People, you still want to have people skills because regardless of if y'all in business ain't nothing but imagine a fancy bow on a car. That's all business is. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fancy bow. But either way, you still want to make sure the car runs. You want to make sure the car is well maintained. So I say that's how you want to think about business too. That's how I've been thinking about business, and lately I've been thriving. One of my biggest accomplishments for my financial business, the Davis Business Consultant, I helped my stepfather, her dad, move into a new house in Pahrump. And he has a mortgage on that house, but he actually is now doing a rent to own, which is basically what a mortgage is. You know, pay your payments. After that, you own the house. Before, he was just renting out here in Spring Valley. Now he has a house, Pahrump, secluded. He does a lot of shit over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like Pahrump is like the desert, to be honest. It's really nothing out there. But he now owns a house, and I gotta say that's my biggest accomplishment, because I seen that. Like, it took at least a year. And then I really helped and managed to really help somebody move from one location they didn't want to be at to a new location that they've been wishing for. And that holds dear in my heart. That's like my biggest accomplishment, you know. Yeah, so I mean, there anything specific about business that you want to know, or?
Well, let me piggyback off of what you just said. So, going on from where you started, from having like a faulty business partner to like your new accomplishment helps somebody get their house. How was that process? And how did it make you feel? Like going through the emotions and everything.
Man, oh yeah, it was an array of emotions for surely. Initially, when I really like just called it a loss and I said he's not gonna pay me back, I was angry. I was angry as hell. I wanted to do something to him, you know, but you can't. It's gonna mess up. If you thought that was gonna mess up the business, then me doing something to him is really gonna mess up the business, because I'd then be in jail.
And possibly your life too.
Possibly my life too. You feel me? Like it wouldn't be worth it to do something to him. So initially I was angry. I'm not gonna lie, but I never been one to be angry for too long. I don't like having that feeling in my body. So I would say after about 2 months, that topic and that whole situation, it didn't anger me no more. It was just a lesson learned. So I'll say I moved from anger to more so, I don't know, is sonder a feeling? Is that really like a feeling? Or would you just say it's like a word?
I guess you could
like kind of. I wasn't mad anymore. I wasn't all the way calm though, but I wasn't mad. I was in that transitional period. I couldn't really call that emotion, because it wasn't no one emotion I would feel. It was like a plethora of emotions. Sometimes I still would feel anger. You know what I'm saying? Because I would feel like it's unjust. I didn't get my get back. And sometimes I would feel sadness, because how did I let myself even get that deep? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I would feel remorse. Like, damn, how fucked up is his life to where he had to do that to me? And then sometimes I even feel happiness. Like, shit, yeah, I got fucked over. Yeah, this happened, but it's a business lesson. It comes with the business. So that's what I mean by it was a plethora and a mix of emotions. It wasn't just no one emotion. But the timeline of emotions was, first it was anger. Then I'll say it was the remorse after that. I couldn't even be mad at him no more. Then it was the sonderish, saddest feeling of, why did I even get there? How did I even get there? And then the latest feeling I had was happiness. Like, I'm glad that it happened. I'm glad that I was able to learn that lesson, so I won't make it more. I'm glad I was able to make that mistake, so then I won't make it anymore. And and now, to wrap up your question, from then till now I just been happy lately. I can't remember the last time I was actually angry, like actually mad. I mean, I get irritated here and there, but that's everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's everybody. It's different things. But I never actually been angry ever since that last event.
That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing for sure.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I love that answer, man. I love to hear that for you, man. Because, start off in middle school, seeing you progress and everything, going through life, having multiple businesses, and like running all these different things, that's like an accomplishment. And you're only 24. Not a lot of people can say that. And not a lot of people can say that they've also helped people build their credit, especially at your young age. A lot of people don't even know about these things. So, how did you go into the credit
Credit specifically. Okay. Because it is a lot of financial sectors you could go to. I went into credit specifically, I would say, after I kept watching credit-based content. It used to be, he's probably still out there. It was this influencer named Bandman Kevo. He's the one who really initially put me on to credit and why it's important and all of that. But initially it was watching his content because he would say like, I just bought a $200,000 watch or this amount of watch or this property or this or that. And then I was like, damn, how's he getting all this money? He used to be a scammer. You know, he admitted it himself. He used to be a scammer. And I was like, all right, is he still scamming? But then when I checked and actually like researched some of the reviews, a lot of reviews weren't saying like I got scammed or he took my money, he didn't give me nothing in return. They were saying like good reviews, like he actually taught me something. Oh, I didn't know about this. And he's also the one who taught me about a trade line. That's really one of the things that kept me hooked in the credit space and credit atmosphere. And then I just built from there. For those out there who don't know what a trade line is, that's just any account that helps report positive history on your credit report. So that could be credit card, car loan, mortgage. Some trade line companies, like they report the payment that you give to them every month for using their trade line service as a trade line, on top of like putting the money that you do deposit to them in a savings account. If you want to look for an example, just go to Self Credit Builder. That'll tell you like what I'm talking about right now. And yeah, to like just compress everything I just said, basically once I learned about what a trade line is, I just went deeper. I went deeper into it. After I learned about the little piece of credit, I just expanded from there.
Okay. And what has been your biggest testimony so far, like from the clients?
Besides the house, I gotta say, right now I'm helping a client form his business. He's trying to run a hospice type home out here, and his credit isn't messed up. He don't got messed up credit, but when I say I work with credit, it's not just bad credit or it's not just credit repair. It's funding as well. Because after your credit is repaired and good, you want to actually do something with it. So I would say my biggest accomplishment, it hasn't happened yet. It's currently still happening. Besides the house, is this business, this client that I'm going to help start his hospice business.
Okay. And what do you, let's say in the next year, where do you see like everything going for you?
Next year, I see me still doing this, but I see it on a higher level. I never ran a paid ad or marketed professionally and structurally to this point. Till now, everything's just been word of mouth and my Instagram, you know? So I see myself actually being bigger because I see myself actually putting away a budget for paid ads, marketing, you know, stuff that actually expands the brand besides just investing in my skills, because I've been doing that all this time to where my skills, they up there, but people don't even know who I am, you know what I'm saying? Or only people in Vegas know who I am. I'm trying to get it to where my skills are up here, people know who I am. And my skills go up here, and people know who I am. I'm trying to scale it to where it's even, not to where just my skills go up, the people don't know I even got those skills, because it ain't gonna make no sense to have all that skill and not apply it nowhere.
Yeah, so that's exposure, and then, you know, getting up out of the local zone.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you say that process is, like, with or just being local and trying to gain more exposure outside of Vegas?
Not gonna lie, it can be difficult. It can be very difficult sometimes because not too many people in Vegas will support you. You know what I'm saying? Which you probably won't get a lot of support anywhere, but I notice a lot of people, and then I notice for myself, wherever you are, your hometown, they tend to be the ones who don't support you as well as people who are strangers. And I've been studying a little psychology. I really think that's because they feel that they know who you are because they've been around you so long. What was that word you used earlier? Exposure? I think that they've been exposed to you so long to where they don't see the value in you anymore because I knew you for so long. And I don't know why people tend to have that thought, but I noticed a lot of times people do have that thought, whether it's sometimes my family with me or my friends with me or other people, friends and other people, family. I've seen it from both ends. So I really think that is that's one of the ways that it's hard to grow in Vegas because of the bottleneck of I know you, I know your value. You can't surpass a certain level in my mind. So since you can't surpass a certain level in their mind, they won't even have the thought to support you to help you get to that next level because they don't see you there.
Yo, you're spitting, man. Okay. Hey, look.
Hey, man, I've been studying all this time, man.
Hey, man, you're perfect for this. You've been waiting on this, huh?
Yes, actually, I have, yeah. When I seen you was doing your shit, I was like, okay, I gotta try to get on there. And when you invited me on here, I ain't gonna lie, I was jumping like a motherfucker. I was like, yes, let's go. I've been waiting on this.
Yeah, because I had seen, you had posted something on your story about housing in Texas, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was talking, I'm like, congratulations and everything. And that's basically how this conversation started. And then, I'm like, man, what you think about coming on the podcast and everything? I was I'm nervous and everything because I didn't know what you was going to say. But
hey, that's fair. That's fair.
But you gotta shoot your shot, man. You won't know until you do something.
No, that's real. That's real. Playing it safe. I mean, time gonna pass regardless. So you can play it safe and not get nothing done. I mean, there's that. Or you could risk it. It's risky, but hey, it's also rewarding. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
You gotta do it, man. You just gotta jump out there. Get up out that shell. Get up out that comfort zone and. Then you're going to see what happens. That's like one of the main reasons I started this because, I'm an actor and, starting all these other things to like get me out of that shell because as you know, in school, I was quietly timid.
Very reserved. Surely you were very reserved. If he ain't know you, you wasn't getting talked to.
Not at all. That's how I lost a lot of, I would say so-called friends, but because mainly it was on me because I didn't really open up to people when I was in school, but I've learned to open up more, but not put too much feeling into people who I don't feel like need that attention.
Yeah.
So yes, that was a good learning lesson, and a good growing lesson as well, because you put too much emotion and feelings into somebody, and then it ends up will hurt you.
Yeah.
But if you don't do that, then it's less of a chance that you'll get hurt.
Yeah, that is true. I actually like how you said less of a chance instead of saying there's no way. Cause just even I like that because I feel like a lot of other people would have just seen it as binary, as this or that. You give emotion and then you get played, or you don't give emotion and you don't get played. But I like how you said whether you give it a lot or a little bit, the door will still be open. It's just how much of it is it? Is it open wide? Is it open just a little bit? Is it cracked? I like how you said that.
Yeah, man, because it's just like some things you learn growing up. I'm an observant guy. That's probably the main reason why I was so quiet and everything. Got to observe and get to know people before that, so that you can feel comfortable around them. And then when you do, not necessarily you'll open up as much, but it'll keep on building as you get to know them more. For sure,
yeah, as time goes on.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy. Me and my homie was just talking, and I theorized, because I can't really say, it's not no one thing that fits everybody, but I theorized that I feel people only go towards comfort or discomfort in all aspects of life. So let me give you an example. I have a client, right? I sent a couple disputes for him. The furnishing company, they've been trying to hold it on there. We came for them for the way that they were reporting, which is a part of the FCRA. You gotta report it in a certain way. It's a whole bunch of jargon. I ain't gonna get into it. But basically, I came for the creditor and furnisher because they were misreporting his stuff. They kept re-aging the debt. That's illegal. You can't do that. If a debt is on your credit report, depending on the type, it's supposed to only stay on there for either 7 years if it's a charge-off or a bankruptcy, and 5 years if it's a collection. And that's the max. That's the statute of limitations. Sometimes, though, they'll change it. So they'll say your date of first delinquency. Let's say that they say your date of first delinquency was June 1st, right, of 2018. And then June 1st of 2025, that's when it's supposed to be gone. Regardless if we dispute it or not, that they have to remove it. Some creditors and furnishers, what they'll do is they'll change that date of first delinquency So it was June 1st, 2018. Let's say they change it to June 1st, 2020. So then that's re-aging the debt. That's basically making it stay on your credit report longer. So I have a client, I'm still working with him. I have a client now where they were doing that to his report. They kept re-aging the debt. And he started getting discouraged because he thought my letters weren't working. He thought I was just typing shit up and telling him, here, send this, send that. He thought I was just sending them off. So I was telling them that same process I just told you, like, sometimes they actually do re-age the debt. We got to call them out on this. And this all goes back to the comfort, discomfort, in case y'all like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? This goes back to the comfort and discomfort because he was so discomfortable that he told me he doesn't want me to dispute it anymore. He just wants to outright pay it, right? He just wants to outright pay the collections and just get it over with. Then I had to tell him, like, look, bro, I'm not a fiduciary, so I don't got to make sure that you are okay before I get paid. But I'm going to let you know, just because you pay a collection doesn't necessarily mean that the negative data from that collection gets removed from your credit report. So I told him that, and he was still like I just wanted to pay it. He was so discomfortable with keeping the disputes going, actually probably getting it somewhere, that he went back to his comfort and just said he wanted to instantly pay it, right? He wanted to instantly get it removed. What he didn't know is that his comfort zone is actually the discomfort that he was trying to get away from. But in his head, he perceived it as discomfort was me sending letters, waiting that amount of time. And comfortable was, let me pay it, let me get rid of it immediately. He wanted the relief, the immediate relief, besides the delayed relief. The delayed relief, he wouldn't have had to pay nothing. He would have kept disputing because they were reporting it illegally. They fucked up, and we called it out. And he didn't want to wait until the actual round was done around, so I could give you a little info. A round of credit disputes is when the consumer, me or whoever I'm working with, sends a dispute letter, right? From the time that the furnisher or creditor or credit bureau receives that letter, not from the time you sent it, but from the time that they receive that letter, they have 30 to 45 days max to respond. If they don't respond, that's another illegal under the FCRA. That's illegal. They have to respond within 30 days or 45 days. So if they don't do that, which I have a couple of clients right now who had creditors, they didn't respond, then you could call them out on that, send a second follow-up letter, and if they don't respond to that, you could then go to the CFPB. That's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. That's like the cops for furnishers, credit reporting agencies. Basically, they keep them compliant so they don't try to mess you over. Mm-hmm. Right? So now that you know all that, right, and you see like, okay, it probably is going to take some time, but those accounts are more than likely to get removed. I can't guarantee anything. Those accounts are more than likely to get removed just based on federal law. Then you would probably be more comfortable with waiting a little longer. Now, because I told you. I told him as well, but I don't know if he remembered. I don't know if the fear was like, shit, you told me, but I don't really care about that. I just want it gone. Either way, I feel it was discomfort that made him choose to want to pay that immediately and get that relief. To boil back to my point, though, because I feel like I love you in everywhere, it all boils down to comfort and discomfort because the actions he was willing to take. He was so discomfortable that he wanted to pay instead of just wait. And really, waiting was his best option.
Right. Dang, man. Dang. So that had to be like something very serious for him to like want to do that.
Yeah. He told me he wants to start a food truck business. Something to get his family for if he ever. You know what I'm saying? He wants to have something for his family, so he wants to start his food truck business. And he wants to get a loan for the actual truck itself. But he couldn't get a loan because his credit report wasn't up to par for a lot of lenders. Which is why he hired me in the first place. Well, it wasn't up to par for a lot of lenders. And since it wasn't up to par, he told me to help him with his report. And I've been helping him with his report. But these things, they can take time. I actually had a bureau. My bad, not a bureau. I had a collection agency who I had to send 6 different rounds of letters before they actually deleted the collection that was on my client's report. So keep in mind, that was 6 months, all right? Because each round, as I told you, is 30 to 45 days. That was 6 months that my patient client was, they never gave up on me. They never said, hey, let's just pay it, or hey, what's going on? You know, they would just wait until I gave them some instructions, wait until I told them, here, this is what's happening, this is what this is, this letter is for that, this letter is for that, do this, send it this way, make sure you send it certified. They were patient, they worked with me, and they eventually got that collection deleted. That client is, I just checked in with them last week, that client is upwards of 700 right now. 700 credit score, yeah.
That's nice, that's amazing. What they start at?
They started 530.
Yeah,
they started at 530. They had they had like 2 collections, about 3 charge-offs.
Sheesh. Oh man, they was in the hot seat.
They was in the shit, man, inferno, you hear me?
Man, 530 to 700. Man, that's a big jump. And what was the span again?
The span was about 6 months.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's yeah, man. I was professional, man. Hey, y'all gotta make sure y'all book with him, man. Look,
man, tap in NFL__take.
Because a lot of people, they have low credit scores for years, and you doing it half a year. That's like, wow, that's impressive, man. That's impressive. That's accomplishment as well. So
yeah,
that could be another testimony that you can add, and we can talk about that. But man, that's impressive, man.
Thanks, man. I'm trying. Shit, man, I'm trying, man. It's the most I can say.
Let me ask you a personal question.
What's up?
So I see, told you I was observing, right?
Yeah.
I see some of y'all both sharing on your left hand.
Alright, you talk about this, huh? You talk about this. But this is the first step. This is a promise ring we got each other about, I'll say, 1.5 years ago. Y'all thinking about, well, when is the engagement ring? Ain't no date on it, but best believe I already have plans and a thought on how I'm going to present the question to her.
Okay, we don't need no spoilers.
Yeah, can't give too much, but this most definitely is a promise ring. You'll always see me with this on, for surely.
Man, yeah, okay. I was about to say, man, it look real too.
Nah.
He said, nah.
Pandora like a motherfucker, but hey, I think it's about the value, if you ask me. It's about the value shit.
It's the thought that matters, man. It's from the heart. Okay. Oh, man. All right. So let's go back to senior year, right?
Mm-hmm.
2020.
Yes, sir.
What were your expectations throughout that year up until COVID and like going through that COVID process?
Man, if I'm being honest with you, in high school, all this credit stuff and money I was still worried about, but credit and all of that, like actual structure of finances, I was not worried about that type of stuff. I'm gonna be so real. I was okay, so I worked at Popeyes, right? And this is around the time where the sandwiches came out. It was a big buzz. As far as business-wise and all of that, only thing I can say is I was selling Popeyes sandwiches at Legacy, you know what I'm saying, my high school, for about $1. I was getting them for free, though, so I was making a profit. To answer your question, though, my plans, I didn't really have any, to be honest. I didn't really have any plans. I got this, I don't know if you want to call it scholarship, mentorship, internship from Tesla. And they moved me to Reno. And when I got to Reno is when I got the credit and all of that. Before that, I am glad you asked. Before that, I wasn't really focused on business and all of that, and credit and all that, but I did dibble and dabble within stocks. I was day trading penny stocks. And I got a little bit of bread from that. Learned a little bit about the market and stuff like that day to day. And I didn't really do that for too much longer, so got some day trading experience, but I wouldn't be the person to like go to teach you. I didn't put that much time in. If you talk about long-term waiting to hold type stocks, I got you, but day to day couldn't do that. But in high school, I would do that. Trade penny stocks all day, pretty much.
Okay. So COVID was like a huge shift in your life. and your mindset.
Most definitely. They say force you to sit down. I was already sitting down, but that shit forced me to stay in the house. Shit, there ain't really too much you could do in the house. You feel what I'm saying? You could eventually learn something new. Shit.
You gotta do something. You gotta do something for sure.
Yeah.
So that's stocks, business mindset, and of course you couldn't sell the Popeye sandwiches no more because you couldn't see nobody.
Yeah, no, nobody gonna buy that shit. Like, nigga, I'll just go to Popeyes. What?
Bet. All right, man. You got any questions you want to ask me?
Sheesh. Okay, well, you asked me, like, what made me start? When did I start? I'll say, what made you? You already said, because you already doing all of it. So, when did you take it serious? All of your stuff that you're doing, your acting, your podcast.
Okay, so I would say 2023 is when I actually started taking acting classes. That's when I got into acting for real, and started off taking one class, and then they're like, you should come to the other classes too, so you can learn more and everything. So I started going to 3 classes a week, which helped me improve a lot because I was getting more experience and going multiple times throughout the week, which helped me to grow my experience and also become a better actor. And that also working, so this was in Detroit when I had moved to Detroit after COVID.
Okay.
Got stuck out there, but
Shit.
I would say that was like the biggest shift, the biggest change in my life. It helped me grow a lot. Helped me to learn things on my own, become a man, because, you know, I was still young and naive.
Okay.
But I was still stuck with somebody gonna take care of me, that mindset. And my big brother Josh, you know, I lived with him. You know, he started teaching me about the real world and everything, and basically helped me grow up, started pay bills, find my own way to work, going through the motions with cars, all that stuff. And yeah, I would say working at Hall Stars, that was customer service, that helped me to like project my voice and open up a lot more and talk to people more, which also helped with my acting because I don't know if you know or not, but in school, I was quiet.
Yeah, you did something
like,
very low.
People couldn't hear me.
You was whispering down there. I was like, what?
Yeah, that was like throughout my whole life. At home, playing volleyball, you know, just having conversation in general. So I couldn't, or when I tried to, I thought I was saying stuff loud, but I wasn't. You know, everybody was always telling me to speak up or I can't hear you. But yeah, I would say Hall Stars definitely helped me to do that, you know, speak louder and project my voice and everything, which also helped with my acting because, you know, you got to get louder and, you know, you got to change up your tone and everything for different scenes and everything, your emotions, your tones, your mindset. You just got to get into that character mode.
Okay.
But then, say, last year, I got accepted to an acting class in Cali, which made me move back out here to Vegas. And then, like Christmas before that, I think 2024, Christmas 2024, yeah. My brother, he had got me like a mic and a little podcast setup. And I was kind of like, dang, what the heck? I didn't really want it at first, right?
Okay.
I'm like, because I don't think I got anything that was on my list. You know, we do like secret settings and everything. But he had got me that stuff, and I'm like, I don't even want to do this. But, you know, they talked me into doing it, you know, trying it out and everything. It took me over a year. I started January 2026, so a few months ago. And
Okay.
yeah, you know, started off solo, but now I'm going out and doing interviews, interacting, and yeah, man, it's a whole process. I've been meeting great people, building connections, getting those resources and networking.
Okay.
Going to all these different events, and yeah. So acting, podcast, content creation, and also getting the videography as well. So yeah, it's been a great learning process, man.
That's good. Okay, I'll say, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment thus far?
Biggest accomplishment, I'll say podcast, you know, have my own thing that, you know, I could work on my own schedule, you know, get people on here. The main thing I started this for, or I didn't really necessarily start it for this, but you know, it's kind of gonna be like a motivation kind of thing. But now I see that, as you were saying earlier, you know, you're trying to gain more exposure and, you know, promote yourself. So that's basically what this podcast is about, to help other people promote their businesses and brands so that other people can know about them. So that's the main thing that I'm focused on now with this.
Okay, so like helping others grow type.
Oh, yeah.
While growing
That's
yourself,
always,
okay.
It's always the accomplishment, always the goal.
Hell yeah, I feel that. That. I fuck with that tough. Shit, if I had to ask you something else, I would say, okay, so I know you told me you do multiple things. If you had to choose one as your favorite, what is your one favorite out of everything that you do?
Oh, definitely acting.
Acting?
Yes, sir. For sure.
Have you?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he was done or not. My bad. I was gonna say like, have you featured in anything yet, or has it been just only practice up to this point?
No, so actually, when I was still in Michigan, I did like a short film, and then I also got cast in like a feature film, but it was a small role, so that's why I kind of came out here and, you know, put that over what I had out there, because it was a small role and it was taking forever, and it was just gonna be like a waste of time, and they even still doing that, so yeah, I still would have been stuck out there, you know, focused on that. But
yeah.
Since I moved out here, I've been getting a lot more traction. I ended up in a small series. I auditioned for the main role, but I got cast as an extra. So, you know, that was a start, you know. A lot of people didn't get casted, so that was an accomplishment for me.
What did they say? Shoot for the stars, you're bound to hit the moon?
Yeah, there you go. And then the guy I've been working with, or the guy who casted me, his friend, I was in his series as well, called Knuckleheads. You probably seen me posting about that.
I did. I actually watched it. I like that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did like that.
Yeah, so that's the series we just did. We just wrapped up the first season and we're working on shooting a movie this summer. And then also got a feature film called A Night at My Cousin's House. That's my first lead role, so looking forward to that. We'll be shooting starting this Thursday.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
It's moving up in life, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're working on the back end of the series for now. It should be coming out towards the end of the summer.
That's good, bro. I'm glad to hear that. You always been doing something, so I already knew you was gonna be successful. But to be successful in multiple areas, that's just lined up with what you was already doing earlier in life. You had band, you had sports. Not too many people said it, but I ain't gonna lie. Some woman did. Like, you remember, I don't know if you know, but we used to have this program like Batteries Included. It was like an after school program. Not gonna lie, some people used to talk about you in there. In a good way though. Not in a bad way, like on some, do you know who Giselle is? Cause you quiet. So they want to get to know you more. This is what I would notice. Like, they would want to get to know you more. And they'd be like, you know who Giselle is? And I would never like butt in and be like, hey, I know him. I just listen. And they would always say some good shit about you. Whether it was either you could play the instrument good, whether it was either you good at volleyball, or whether they just had interest in you. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew you was gonna be successful. To be successful in multiple areas, like they say, jack of all trades. I think you could possibly become a king of every trade that you eventually put your mind to. I'm not gonna lie. I personally think that.
Oh man, I appreciate that for sure, man. Yeah. Hey, I mean, you doing your thing too, man. So
yeah, man.
Hey, you know, this is just the first time, man. We can, you know, keep on, get you on the interview or on the podcast again. You know, this was like more of a business conversation, but now that, you know, we talked about all that, you know, we could do something fun, you know, more energetic, or, you know, just talk about life or something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with that, for sure.
So, but yeah, man, I appreciate the words and everything. So, you see, we both out here doing our thing, you know, both young men.
Mm-hmm.
I see, see you out here about to get married? No, I'm just playing.
Hey, man. Soon. I don't know what day, but soon.
All right, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. But, yeah, any closing remarks or anything you want to add?
Well, once again, y'all can add me or follow me. You don't have to. My page is public. You can just see everything right there. But NFL, that's 2 underscores, so it's _ Tay. NFL _ TAY. And shit, yeah, I'm just glad I was able to come up on here.
Yes, So I appreciate you for coming on here and taking the time out your day.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Oh, no doubt. All right. So that's it for today's episode in Labs. Remember, every step you take counts. Every risk you take teaches you something. And every moment is yours to own. Keep moving forward, stay confident, and above all, laugh loud, move proud. Peace.